our warm-up. We can get ready now for game 2, which will be for the Division 2 South Wales Championship. For Wilkinson League, Guildford Phoenix and Peterborough Phantoms. Of course, you can still get 50-50 tickets and our merchandise. There might still be some Steel City pucks available. There's other pucks as well and programs on the mezzanine. And for those of you who may not have been here for the first game, throughout the weekend, we will have text the announcer, so you can have your messages read out. The number 07849 767755. 07849 767755. And that way we can communicate with you, our wonderful fan base here at the Steel City Showdown. big shout out to Poppy and Brooke, wherever they're hiding. We had a couple of song requests. This is the second one for them. We've been asked to give a shout out to Harley from NIHL Local Updates. On his 20th birthday we've had recently this week. A big thank you to Harley and the NIHL Local Updates throughout the season and all the other people who do their work on social media, getting the news about hockey out there for everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Steel City Showdown. Welcome back if you joined us for the first game as well. We're back to find out who will take on the Sutton Sting in tomorrow's Division 2 Grand Final, with the South 2 playoff final as the Guildford Phoenix take on the Peterborough Phantoms 2 for the 5th time this year. This series is tied 2 apiece between the teams. The Phantoms walked away with the cup victory in February. The Phoenix got revenge by beating them to the league title in a must-win game at the Spectrum. This is obviously a repeat of last year's grand final in South 2, which went to an epic penalty shootout, which the Phantoms walked away with. They'll be hoping for a repeat result last year. Maybe not the length of time the game had, but definitely the same result. The Phoenix, they're here to finally win the playoffs for the first time. Going down to Ali Pali 2 years ago, losing here last year. They're back to see if third time is the charm. And Chris, have you get that sense of deja vu that you've seen this game before?
Yeah, it is Groundhog Day here, isn't it, really? We've, I think I've seen Guildford Phoenix now in three. This will be the third time I've seen them in a playoff final. And yeah, of course, it's a repeat of last year. And the question is going to be, will the rematch be as good as what we saw last year? Because it took 60 minutes, 5 minutes of overtime. It looked like it was going to be decided with seconds left in overtime when Blaine Evans gave that penalty shot decision with seconds remaining. But Luke Clark stepped up and did what he had been doing all game that made him the hero of the evening, before he was robbed of the man of the match for the evening, and stopped that penalty shot, stopped everything in overtime, and then stopped nearly everything in the shootout that went 11 rounds. And the question we have here is are we going to see anything that comes close to that again today?
Well, let's go through your two teams for this South 2 playoff final. Firstly, as we've done with the first game, the league champions, the Guildford Phoenix. They line up as follows: 4, Monty Guyler; 6, Matt Tull; 7, Teo Sire; 9, Sol Studley; 13, Jared Vigar; 15, Liam Kennington; 17, Josh Sherrington; 18, Josh Abbott; 19, Ollie Dennis; 22, Nick Mininick; 23, Jacob Rondo Smith; 24, Logan Hill; 25, Luke Tull; 27, Harry Wright; 29, Scott Bailey; 31, Jake Studley; 36, Daniel Sakantsev; 40 Joe Stevenson, 43 Jed Sherrington, 51 Charlie Bell, and 71 Dimitris Volkovs. They are the Guildford Phoenix. Chris, the man to watch for the Phoenix today.
So the man to watch for the Phoenix is definitely going to be, is going to be Josh Abbott and Scott Bailey combined. They have 20 points together in these playoffs, and they combined for 85 on the season. If you're going to win this game for the Phantoms, it's going to be those two players that you have to shut down.
Asking for one, he gives you two. Yeah. Then for the league runners-up, the E-Cup champions, the Peterborough Phantoms, they line up as follows. 5, Nick Martin. 6, Ethan Kuklis. 9, Daniel Martin. 10, Jordan Ho. 12, Nathan Pollard. 13, James Wright. 16, AJ Herring. 17, Sam Barlow. 18, Frankie Parnell. 19, Leo Markey. 21, Jack Sansby. 23, Jordan Liddell. 27, Rob McDonald. 37, Connor Mellett. 43, Riley Bradford. 44, Kenny Bavin. 50, Luke Clark. 73, Taylor Romeo. 75, Ross Clark. 86, Carl Boyden. 88, Connor Pollard. And 97, Nathan Long. Chris, one to watch for the Phantoms today.
Well, it's got to be Nathan Pollard for me. He's 2 + 10 in the playoffs and 12 points. But equally, James White's going to be just as dangerous. James White in that final against Telford last year, he had a quiet day on Saturday and then he had an absolutely explosive day on Sunday. He's 4 + 4 on the season at 8 points. And then, of course, we also cannot forget Connor Pollard. And you just mentioned his name as well, number 50, Luke Clark. Can we expect more goal heroics from him this year?
Ask for one, he gives you 3.
I'm
not indecisive at all.
I'm nothing but generous.
So, as with the first game, we did have the award presentations before the first one. I'm waiting to see if we do have it for the second one.
Got the photographer out in the eye.
And there's awards set on the table. So, the South 2 awards. Mainly because one of them we know is definitely here. Spoilers, they're on the ice already.
First up, we have the Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year for South 2. Will Fry of the Milton Keynes Thunder gets Coach of the Year, and he is here to receive his award. It's just there at the bottom of the camera.
It's a very well-deserved award. He's done amazing work this year, turning around Thunder from an organisation that everybody in South 1 kind of saw as the team that was an easy set of points every time they turned up, to a team that has really been a competitor this year.
Player of the Year has gone to Marks Cannins. He is not here at the MK Thunder. He led the league in goals.
I believe he ended the season on something like 63 points.
And then Young Player of the Year, we hope. Young Player of the Year is definitely on the ice, so we don't know why this is being delayed.
You know who it is, Joe?
Yes, I know who it is. Play along at home, quick. You've got plenty of time to get your guesses in, and I'll narrow it down for you. It's either someone from the Phantoms or someone from the Phoenix. Drum rolls at home.
Is it Young Player? Is AJ Herring? Is that who was supposed to be announced? Yes.
And finally, the message gets across. Young Player of the Year for South 2 goes to AJ Herring. Last year, this was very much his coming out party, and he has gone leaps and bounds, and now he's here to possibly do the job again.
Yeah, last year he was, like, that weekend last year, he was, I think I described him as a bit of a handful for any team to deal with over the course of that weekend. And has come on, as you said, he's come on leaps and bounds this year.
Playing up with the Phantom senior side and the Witness Wild in North 1. And after all of that...
Player of the Year for Mark Cannins. Apologies about this.
Oh, Marks Cannins is here. They've just messed up the way round of the awards. Marks Cannins does get the Player of the Year award. He is here. British hockey, everybody.
After those formalities and the apologies...
I'll have the national anthem. We're back with you in about a minute's time. See you then.
Please be outstanding. Remove headdress for the play of the national anthem.
Starting netminders for both sides. Firstly, the designated home side, the Guildford Phoenix. Jake Stoodley gets the start in net. 8-0-1 and 2 on the regular season. 923 save percentage, 2.42 goals against average in 619 minutes in the crease. One shutout in that time. That's posted a 950 save percentage across 2 games so far in this run. Played only 98 minutes due to an ejection in Bristol in the quarter-final stage. At the other end, we've alluded to it enough times, it's the boogeyman. Luke Clark is here, 10-0-0-1 on the year, a 915 save percentage, 2.72 goals against average, 639 minutes in the crease. He is 4-0-0 in the playoffs, 939 save percentage, 2.32 goals against average, and in the games between the sides this year, he's only conceded 3 goals. Posted a 953 save percentage doing it. We've alluded to Luke Clark enough with these, Chris, but he really has proven over the last 12 months that he is the Phoenix's kryptonite. Someone has to step up and be Superman here for the champs.
Yep, Josh Abbott and Scott Bailey are going to have to be the 2 men that step up, really, because they are, as I said, 85 points across the season. But Clark, I mean, these are 2 teams that are, it feels like they're destined to do this forever, because they just constantly, over the last few seasons, seem to be fighting over the championships in this division.
As I said, the cup final in February was won by the Phantoms. Phoenix got their get back in the second league meeting in the Spectrum that won them the league title. Game 5 between the sides this year. Series tied 2-2. Sam Perring, your referee, gets us underway in this South 2 playoff final. And I knew there was something I forgot. Your officials for this afternoon's game in the Water Wings apparel, as I said, Sam Perring, and on the lines, Ryan Lewis and Connor Hill. Luckily, nothing happened in those first 15 seconds. Tull trying to keep it away. Ho and neutral ice, offside there on the very much offside AJ Herring, not even close on that occasion. Go back to neutral ice. Phantoms getting early line change in off the draw. The Phantoms win it. Josh Clark playing defence. Keeps it moving. Nathan Pollard towards goal. Studley just kicks it behind the net. Things will try and work it out. Sakantsev can't get it past Clark. Studley, that one blown dead. Very quick whistle on that occasion. Keep the draw inside the Phoenix D zone.
A couple of chances at range there. Funnick, the puck penned in. They've won the face-off here.
Date tomorrow with the Sutton Sting on the line. The Division 2 final awaits one of these sides. Phoenix out the zone. Sakantsev tries to get through a sea of orange during that occasion. Mercifully, from a commentary perspective, I'm so glad these shirts are visible from the Phantoms this year. Last year's one on Sunday was a nightmare. White shot towards goal, almost off of Pollard. Markey is there to collect. And we find Geiler. Phoenix driving through centre. Bailey cuts away from one. Tries to find Sire. Vigar can't come on the end of it. Sire away from Mellett. Still battling for the puck. It's finally taken away. Decided to get it back. Try to keep it moving, but no joy. White the other way for the Phantoms. Ahead to Nick Martin. Offside waved off. Martin taken away by Matt Tull. Jed Sherrington over to Vigar, who'll get into the zone. And it rotates around to collect the puck. So from the Coventry Blaze last year, done wonders. This Phantoms 2 team. Have most of them. Some more young prospects who have come up this year have put up some very impressive numbers. One of them on the ice now was about to get to the puck, a delayed offside call, so Frankie Parnell has to go back. All that setup worked for nothing.
It does seem that the Phoenix are struggling a little bit with their setup work in the beginning of this. They keep having to play it down into the corner, but they don't seem to be coming back up with it. Long now.
Long will play it ahead and dump it in on Studley's net, who kept it moving. Interestingly, no one seemed to really want to play it there. Ho. Can't really get the shot away. Shout to Josh Sherrington on the back door, found on that one, Rondo Smith. Towards goal. Guildford getting some good zone time here, Dennis. Comes into a bit of traffic, balling back, Phoenix get the puck back. Tull, that one blocked, Rondo Smith winds, fires, redirected from Dennis, but that one into the corner. Herring battles hard to get the puck away. Throws that one ahead, so the Phantoms get to the bench, stretch pass, finds Josh Sherrington. Carried into the zone. Away from Clark. Kantsev can't jump on the loose puck. Pollard taken away by Guyler. Bailey cuts inside, block a save for Clark, first real one of the game.
Clark being screened by his own man there as well. Very, very, very good to see through that and get the save.
Kantsev, lovely little move. I thought he'd just timed that right, but no, Bailey jumps over the top.
Referee to timekeeping bench, please. Referee to timekeeping bench. Thank you.
Something's up.
I think the question here, and it's one that I was noticed on that shift, there is a number 4 on the ice for the Peterborough Phantoms, but there isn't one on the game sheet.
Oh dear.
So I think it's been caught early enough. It's just a case of who is in that jersey, I think, is the question. And just a case of changing who it is. I think you'd rather have it done now so they can just work out what is going on.
Yeah.
And then, rather than have it done at the end. The Marquis trying to get it through Guyler. Phoenix the other way once again. Sire forces another save out of Clark. Battle in the corner. Phantom's able to dig it out. Trying to get up this near side wall. Turned over once again. Kantsev. Stopped in his tracks. Lovely hit. Still able to get the puck away. No one really there helping out. And that could be a two-man main call. Guyler just about gets to the bench in time.
Well, Phoenix were in the middle of a change when he did that. Now as Kantsev will come forward for again.
Kicks ahead. By Nick Martin. Steps inside Jed Sherrington. Nick Martin almost finds a way through. Finds Daniel Martin. Cleared out the zone.
Good little move, stepping inside the defender there, but just the puck slips away off the stick and it overstretches it a little bit. Very cagey start though from both of these teams. Nobody's over-committing, nobody's really making any big plays. Both sides, as you would expect from two sides who've seen each other all season, just probing, trying to figure out what's going to work best against this side.
Obviously the Colts have come all the way back. In front of Studley, 5.5 minutes gone here in the first. Jed Sherrington keeps it moving. Abbott on the far side, just sent out blue line. Long. Pushed on ahead. Herring gets past Matt Tull. Herring from the goal line. Almost caught Studley unawares. Phoenix able to clear.
Definitely caught Studley unaware. He fired it directly at the post. I think Studley was expecting him to go back further round and try from the other side.
Herring almost didn't turn over there behind the goal. Clearance blocked by McDonald. Herring runs into trouble again. Weigart can't get past McDonald. Herring on the back check. Finding an outlet pass. Bale goes back. Long. Chips it on ahead. And now that could be a poor change. Right at the blue line. Steps in, fires, shot, save Clark. Barlow back there to help. Luke Tull towards goal. Bobbling puck, and Clark will make the glove save. People step in to protect their netminder. Chris, through the first, nearly 7 minutes, both teams doing a very good job of just strangling the life out of the centre line.
Yep. There is no room to manoeuvre down the middle right now. It is all out by the boards, and in both cases, both teams are getting the sticks in, they're getting the body in, and making it so that it is not an easy route to the net. Guidlford plays it out to the wing. In the middle.
Back in front, Studley save Clark. On the zone, Joe Stevenson is there. Sherrington has to be at the back there to take it away from Markey. Josh Sherrington at speed, loses out James White, rips the puck away from his reach. White will go the other way and will draw a penalty. 2 for hooking is the signal. 7:31 the time of the penalty, and the Phantoms will go on the man advantage. As Sol Studley sits 2 minutes for hooking. Phantoms on the power play this year, 31 for 93. Don't need to be a genius, 33.33 success rates. Phoenix on the penalty kill only gave up 7 goals all season, 91.14. The anti-power play goal leader for the Phantoms in this one is James White with 7. Interestingly, in the games between the sides, the Phantoms had a power play percentage of 9.52, and Phoenix's penalty kill was 90.48. Both teams scored twice in the 4 games.
I believe it's a case of this is the best PK versus the best power play in the league.
Well, it's right on cue, a miscue in front, and the Phantoms get an early one. 1-0, 7:47, time of the goal, and it looks like it might be AJ Herring.
I think it's either Herring or it's Ho. I think Ho's sat
Yes, Ho.
Ho in front of the net here. Shot will come in. Ho gets the redirect in front. He gets the rebound from the save, and then just shovels it past Studley, and it's 1-0 Phantoms. And immediately the puck is iced off the face-off.
Yeah, so immediately, even before the penalty can be announced, the Phantoms get us on the board.
Yeah, which we can confirm. I've got on the game sheet now. 7:31, 9. Sol Studley, 2 minutes for hooking. And we'll just wait for the game sheet to update with the goal.
Phantoms the other way once again, can't quite get it under control. Nick Martin plays it ahead, avoiding the hit from Guidlford. Stevenson has to go back and collect. Ripped round the ball, Sire brings it the other way. 3-on-2 for the Phoenix. Sire, the drop pass to Bailey is well read by Daniel Martin. And now it's the Phantoms' turn the other way. Phantoms will skate at Stevenson, stapled to the boards, trailing forward helps. Kicked away off the skate of Guidlford. Bradford away from Sakantsev, stopped by Guidlford. Whistle goes, hand pass is called. Another stoppage. We control the puck. Clark will carry it ahead and fire it into the zone. Around the boards it travels. Romeo even. Just saw a through on the back there. Bring up the rest. Phoenix able to literally kick it out the zone. Abbott flip towards goal. Clark pushes that on into the corner. Abbott. Oh man, a white shirt, Little will corral the loose puck, chip it ahead. A little bit of dump and chase, icing called, and Jed Sherrington will beat the man to the goal line. We are still awaiting goal number 1 for the Phantoms. I think the issue is being caused. But I'm trying to work out who our mystery man is. I believe it's Finley Markey playing in number 4. Just trying to work out who's not icing. Phoenix with it, down low. On to Josh Sherrington again. Studley. It's been phenomenal in this playoff run for the Phoenix as well. Holds off the man. Floats to Rondo Smith. Back to Studley. Phantoms able to turn it over briefly. Can't clear the zone.
Oh, we have it now confirmed on the game sheet. So, goal number 1 for the Phantoms, scored at 7.
Well, as you say that, it's goal for the Phoenix. Turned over behind the goal, quickly out in front, and we're level again at 9:51.
So work hard in the corner, it's around the back of the net, and then just has to wrap around and stuff it past Luke Clark. And that ties it all up.
Sol Studley with the wraparound. Brings us back on level terms.
A redemption after causing the power play that gave the Phantoms the go-ahead goal as it's...
Right, you got to stop it quick. Phantoms goal 1.
Phantoms goal 1, scored at 7:47. Goal scored by number 10, Jordan Ho, assisted by number 88. Connor Pollard, and a further assist to number 16, Aidan J. Herring. And that was a power play goal. And then, the first Phoenix goal is on the board. So that's scored at 9:51. So power play as the shot comes in from the point. I hope it doesn't go in. Scored by number 9, Solomon Studley. Assist to number 17, Josh Sherrington.
Chance the other end. Scott Bailey forced another save out of Clark.
I think I'm going to wait till breaks in play for this. So 9:51, 9 from 17. And so that is Solomon Studley from Josh Sherrington.
We're almost through the disaster, honestly, folks.
I think that's all of them.
Yep. Guyler under pressure from Herring. Does a good job of holding onto the puck. Conopars, that's penalty call on the Phantoms. AJ Herring is going to take a seat.
Holding.
2 minutes for holding. 10:48 on that one. Phoenix on the man advantage this year. 28 for 92, 30.43 success rate. Phantoms on the penalty kill, giving up 13 goals, 87.35 success rate. The game leader for the Phoenix in power play goals, Josh Sherrington and Scott Bailey, both had 5 on the year. Like I said, both teams only scored twice. As soon as I opened my gob on that one, the Phantoms scored. So, deja vu maybe? Who knows?
It is Groundhog Day.
The Phantoms will clear the zone, so it's not going to be as quick as the first one. Rondo Smith. Finds Luke Tull, the Phantoms blue line. People try and get in position. Tull below the goal line. All the place he's usually situated.
AJ Herring, 2 minutes for holding.
Cycled around to Rondo Smith at the blue line. Dump down low, shot blocked. Hard or clear. Phantoms are very dangerous on the short-handed opportunities. We've scored 12 short-handed goals on the year. Abbott into the zone. Away from Long. Cycled around to Bailey. 55 seconds left on the Herring minor. Bailey. Right to Rondo Smith. Shot comes in. Clark makes a save. Rebound. Second chance again. Third go at it. Puck still loose and finally covered up. Luke Clark able to jump on it.
Just a scramble in front of the net there. Everybody just diving in, trying to make sure it doesn't creep across the line. And the penalty has gone on the board, of course, so it's 7:47. No, sorry, 10:48. I'm looking at the goal column. So 10:48, number 16 for the Peterborough Phantoms. AJ Herring receives 2 for holding at 10:48.
Phoenix win the draw. Guidlford finds Dennis. Shot goalwards. Clark will catch the rebound off the boards. Exactly 30 seconds left on the Herring minor. Phantoms win the draw. Clark tries to get it away out the zone. Guidlford intercepts. Josh Sherrington. Stevenson. Off the post on the redirect from Vigar. Still loose in front. Cycled round and in. And the Phoenix will get that power play goal. 12:34. And I think, I'm waiting for it, I think it was Ollie Dennis.
I believe it was Ollie Dennis. Phoenix work it up and down. The puck bounces off the post, I think, and then Dennis is just wait. Yeah, definitely Ollie Dennis. Dennis waiting at the back post and just has to shovel it across the line to make it 2-1 to the Phoenix.
Might not have been the start the champs wanted. It's definitely how they've recovered from it. Pass in front, White forced back behind the goal. Long. Thrown goalward, Studley can't play it. White cycled high, no one in the high slot there for the Phantoms. Phoenix clear. Bradford battling with Wright. Kennington. Carrying it to the boards. Kennington. Jed Sherrington thrown goalwards off the side of the cage.
Goal number 2 has gone up on the sheet, so 12:34 on the clock. Goal scored by number 19, Ollie Dennis. Assisted to number 13, Jared Vigar, and number 17, Josh Sherrington. That was a power play goal at 12:34, 19 from 13 and 17.
White dispossessed by Rondo Smith as he shapes to shoot on net. Long tries to find Markey. Phoenix the other way. Josh Sherrington, one man to beat, and Rob McDonald. McDonald does a fantastic job of getting back in the play there. Feels he should have got a penalty. Push in front. Herring is there to clear. Connor Pollard. 2 white shirts to beat. Connor Pollard, fantastic job, just fired past Studley's right-hand post.
Pollard there using his speed, but just overstretches it a little bit, forced too far wide, and it just goes soaring into the corner.
Phoenix will clear it up ice. Played by Bavin, icing waved off. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first, which has slowly built up. Sire with the intercept. Tries to find Studley, that fired through the legs. Could spring the Phantoms the other way. Guidlford takes a fantastic angle at the puck there to stop Herring from chipping it around him. Herring off the boards. Guidlford almost gave it back to him. Bailey there helping out. Just some praise both teams. They get a bit scrappy. Herring fired towards goal. Studley will push into the corner.
Curse of the commentator strikes again.
Stevenson at the far side wall. Sire and Martin go for the hole on each other. Dan Martin taken away from Guidlford. Tries to find Nick in front. Barlow keeps it in at the blue line. Below the goal line, Stevenson and Nick Martin. Phoenix able to clear. Bailey throws it through centre. Sakantsev can't quite get on the end of it. Long is there. Phoenix will try and get a change in. Martin floats to Parnell. Parnell snatches at the shot. Abbott intercepts. Phoenix the other way. Sakantsev. Odd man rush as he gets past long. Sakantsev backhanded in front. Clark. Well, he was ready. There was no shot away there from Sakantsev in the end.
It was a poke check that came in and just forced him a little bit off the puck, so he couldn't get that final touch because he'd drawn Clark far enough over that he could have shoveled it in.
Pollard through centre. Feels like he should have had a penalty. No call there. Phoenix do eventually clear the puck. Mininik on the end of it. Nick Mininik, not a save from Clark. Abbott thrown goalwards. Vigar in front for the tip, but Clark wasn't buying any of it. Slowly trickled onto the pads on that occasion. That's a poor pass. Great block from Nathan Long in the end, and Phantoms the other way. Markey fired cross ice. That'll fall to White. No one there in an orange shirt as they go to the bench. 3 minutes to go in the first. Turnover down low, and able to find a teammate. Rondo Smith can't get that one staying in the zone. Dennis tips that one ahead to wash out any icing call. Clark intercepted. Two men dive to poke the puck away. Phantoms come off the better for it.
Both teams really struggling to get their own ends cleared at the moment. A lot of desperation moves on these plays.
Having fans on the pass and then takes a tumble. Studley into the zone. Shot saved. Clark loose in front and eventually gets back on it at the second time of asking. 2:12 remains in this opening stanza. Reminder of the winner of this one goes to the Division 2 title game tomorrow to take on the Sutton Sting. And after this one, we'll be halfway through day one of Championship Saturday here at the Steel City Showdown. Coming up next, the Blackburn Hawks and the D-side Dragons in the North One final. And on 4:15 scheduled start. Phoenix will draw. Guyler. Stevenson shot is redirected into the corner. Battle there from the Phantoms, but Studley will cover up.
Phoenix have definitely been in the ascendancy since they got that second goal. Momentum's all going their way. Phantoms have really got to find a way to get some setup time right now. Get a few shots off. Try and move Studley around. At the moment, they're being very limited to just long-range efforts that are either going wide or straight at the goalie.
A lot of solo efforts as well.
Yes.
A lot of getting, like I say, zone time like the Phoenix have. That one is going to be offside despite the best efforts of Scott Bailey.
I'm having to program my mind to remember that Scott Bailey is wearing 29 and not 19, because after 3 years of watching him play for Streatham in 19, my brain is hard-coded with that.
A few words being had by Sam Perring. Sakantsev and Mellett, where was it, Bradford? No, it is Mellett. This will come back out into neutral ice. 1:42 to go. On blown dead, Phantoms receive a warning. The draw at the second opportunity. Parnell moves it ahead. Try again, Parnell. Can't get around the man on this occasion. Phoenix clear the zone again and a helpful bounce off an official. Puts down the path for Teo Sire. Can't get it away from Ross Clark. Goes back for seconds. Sakantsev. That could have been brilliant, but it just avoids the man off the bench. Nick Mininik. Jed Sherrington sidesteps Markey. Pass off this near side wall. Can't get under control. Final minute of the first. Right. That's McDonald. Pushed on ahead. White gets under control. Tries to find Pollard. It's just behind him. Phoenix the other way. Carried in deep. Abbott turns at the top of the circle. Shot saved by Clark. Rebound cleared as far as Rondo Smith. Return serve. That one just wide of Clark's right-hand post. White. Fired cross ice. Herring can't get there ahead of Tull, but does a good job of blocking the clearance. Herring tries to feed it through White. Gets on that occasion. 10 seconds to go. Long. Wines. Fires. Shot saved. Suddenly rebound again. Phantoms come away with it. Herring shot blocked. Rondo Smith clears as far as Herring. And that will do it as Rondo Smith finishes the hit on the buzzer. And the first period has had a little bit of everything, Chris.
It's had a little bit of everything. We've had goals, we've had hits, we've had a few bit of afters there as well. We've had, yeah, as you said, a little bit of everything. It's still very much a cagey thing, fair from both sides. Both sides still, I feel like, you know, if you look at a game of hockey like a chess game, we're still in the opening phases of things here with, but I think
we definitely haven't seen both sides A games yet.
No, definitely not. We've definitely not seen both sides A games in this one. I think Phantoms are going to. I mean, Phantoms at the moment seem to be trying this stretch play through the neutral zone, which seems to be resulting in more turnovers to the Phoenix than it is actually resulting in good opportunities. But we saw there in those final 30 or 40 seconds of the period that they were getting in, they were getting set up, they were getting some good chances there. They just need to find a way to get those rebounds in front. And at the other end of the ice, they need to work out, really need to work out how to clear their crease, because Clark's giving up rebounds at the moment, and Phoenix have zeroed in on that and have at least created at least 2 goals out of that.
Well, we'll be back with the second period in about 12 minutes' time. We're going to go to figure out who our mystery man is in shirt number 4 and who's odd icing for the Phantoms. We'll see you then.
Shots on goal for the first period. 16 on the Peterborough net. 11 on Guidlford. So 16 on Peterborough. 11 on Guidlford. Johnson playoff final. Let's see who's making noise for who. Who's making noise for the Peterborough Phantoms? And who's making some noise for the Guildford Phoenix? It's only a one-goal game. Will your noise make it count?
Welcome back, everyone, to the Barrow Arena at NIHL Sheffield for the second period of our second game. That's an awful lot of seconds. And it's the Guildford Phoenix 2, Peterborough Phantoms 2-1 after 20 minutes in what has been a very, say, cagey affair for the first period.
Yeah, it's very cagey, as you said. Both sides not really over-committing in their attempts to try and get something out of the game, but still, the Phoenix have taken a 2-1 lead after generating a lot of traffic and rebounds and chaos around the Phantoms' net.
Yeah, shots on goal through the first period on Luke Clark in the Phantoms' net 16, on Jexter Lee in the Phoenix net 11. Lots of quantity, not a lot of quality for the most part from both sides in terms of getting a chance in front of the net. The Phoenix have had a fair few breakaway chances. They've been good on ground, getting in and around Clark, getting on the rebounds. We saw that with the second goal in particular. The turnover for first. Crucial to get them back in the game. The Phantoms, after that power play goal, haven't done a lot really.
No, they've had that one goal that kind of put them in front, and then they kind of sat off back a little bit. They seem to be trying this stretch pass play through the neutral zone, trying to use that natural speed that they have as a unit. But at the moment, the Phoenix are doing a good. They are attempting to take control of the neutral zone. They are attempting to force those turnovers in there, which we saw throughout that period. And it means that this game plan by the Phantoms is being very, very limited. And as you said, they've had 11 shots on the net, but they haven't all really been of good quality.
We did try and work out what has been going on. So by the sounds of it, Ethan Kuklis is not playing for the Phantoms. Finley Markey is. The team sheet that has been submitted today is different to the one that was given to us on Wednesday night, so that we could have all the graphics ready to go for you. So the right team sheet is in downstairs where it matters. The wrong team sheet is up here with us. Source law and all that. We are almost ready to go. We're just making sure first aiders are in the right place for both sides. Sam Perrin calls them in. The bench doors are shut. And we are ready to go. Second period of this afternoon's playoff final. Speaking of the devil, Finley Markey throws it ahead. I'll roll round to Tull. Herring offloads to Connor Pollard, the most unnecessary between the legs pass you'll not see this weekend there. Not results in the turnover. Long, off the boards and out the zone. Dump back in, glove down. Long. Pollard tries to find Ho, broken up. Dennis cuts inside one, loses out as Long pokes it away. Smith dumped on the head. So we get to that awkward part of the afternoon, the same one we had last year around this time, where everyone's gone to get lunch. It's a bit quiet here below us. Sakantsev cycles round and roofs it past Clark. Blink and you'll miss it. An absolute laser as it gets under the bar and in for 3-1 Phoenix. 20:59 time of the goal.
Yep, Sakantsev takes it from the half boards up to the very, very high slot. roofs it. I think Clark thinks it's hit the bar behind him instead, but it hits the bar and then pings down across the line, I think. But Phantoms there caught in their own end, trying several times to send passes through the neutral zone, and every single time the Phoenix would just poke check them and force turnovers.
2-goal lead for the league champions. So could it be third time's the charm? Phantoms still plenty of time to make the comeback, but they have to not make turnovers that deep in their own D zone. Bobbling puck, Markey there to clear.
So goal number 3 for the Phoenix, scored by number 36, Daniil Sakantsev, and that assist, and only assist on that goal, goes to number 29, Scott Bailey. Time of the goal 20:59, and that is an even-handed goal. So that's 36 from 29 at 20:59.
To clear the zone. Mellett gets on the end of that one, has to get in the foot race, tries to get it away from Matt Tull as well. Bailey there doing the defensive work, finishes his check in the corner. Brought down as well for his troubles. Nathan Pollard, cross ice. Played on ahead by Mellett as Markey took it in the zone. It's interesting as well on that third goal. It's really the first time either side has been able to get a decent chance going through that centre lane.
Yeah,
can't say at the top of the side slot, as I said.
The centre ice real estate has been not really much of a. It's been a no-go area for most of this game, but that's the first time we've really seen anybody get out into space, get a nice, crisp, clean shot. And I think Clark probably wasn't expecting it to come in from that range at that point.
Important Phantoms respond. Bradford played on ahead. Martin will give chase. It's away from Jed Sherrington. Collected by Parnell. Back high, long slap shot. Catches Nick Martin in the head, and you can hear the sound from the crowd as it hit him there. He is up and skating to the bench. Does look okay at the moment. Mininik the other way. Backhanded towards goal. Takes a couple of deflections. Abbott there. Off the boards. Herring can't get it away from Rondo Smith. Thrown goals. Clark kicks it aside.
Phantoms really struggling with clearing their own zone in this early going of the second period here.
And again, Dennis. That one fired through, and again almost caught Clark by surprise. And again, a turnover pays the price. Ollie Dennis, his second of the game, 23-43.
Again, Phantoms struggle to clear their own zone. Ollie Dennis collects it, skates in again into the high slot, into that central area, fires on Clark, who doesn't look like he's expecting it, and it's 4-1 to the Phoenix.
Well, it was 2-goal lead, it's now 3. The Phantoms have to come up with something. 10 over again, Studley steps to the blue line. Played ahead by Clark. Now's the chance. Connor Pollard's shot fired wide. Phoenix the other way. Studley cuts in centre, and that shot takes the deflection wide.
So goal number 4 for the Phoenix, scored by number 19, Ollie Dennis, assisted by number 9, Sol Studley at 23-43. That's 19 from 9 at 23-43.
Just trying to get hold of the puck in deep, and having no luck at the moment. Rondo Smith. Once Josh Sherrington bounce off the boards is kind for the men in orange. Kept in Herring.
Moment, Phantoms struggling to find an open passing lane, even in the Phoenix zone, as Tull will dump it in.
Played up this near side, Nathan Pollard into the zone, tries to get around a man. Luke Tull stands him up. And the linesman takes a tumble as well, but icing
Waved off.
waved off as Clark comes out of his net to play. It gives it to Sire. This could have been curtains, but Bailey mishandles the puck. Sire, still danger for the Phantoms. Sakantsev to Bailey. Takes a hit for his shoulders, but still maintains possession. Geiler from the blue line. Clark reaches out a glove, the whistle goes, and the puck down on the ice.
I thought that was ever in his glove. I think that just hit a body in front, around about where the glove was, and fell to the ice. And we'll get a face-off here, but yeah, it's everything Phoenix right now. Puck is dumped in.
Yep, Phantoms with it. Parnell kept in by Mininick. Pressure all going one way at the moment. The Phoenix, tell, really just turning the screw. Phantoms the other way. Dan Martin's pass will find Nick Martin. He's okay. Taking that puck to the side of the head. Parnell. To the front of the net, takes the touch off a skate. Dan Martin keeps it at the blue line. Fine guy with the block. Jed Sherrington around the boards. Andy Markey pinching down, gets the hold of it. Unfortunate bounce away. Abbott. Long for company.
Somebody's lost, I think somebody's lost a glove in there.
Abbott. And down deep.
Long needs to be careful here. He might get an illegal equipment penalty if he doesn't go and grab that glove.
Rondo Smith. Now, for some reason, gloves don't count on that one. He is going to go over and grab it now as it's launched up ice and icing called on the Phantoms.
So it's interesting to note on that previous period of phase of play. We talked about the centre of the ice not really being available. Phantoms had nobody in the centre ice on that two-man rush.
Shot from Kennington takes the deflection wide. Tipped ahead by Parnell the other way. Has to go back to Herring. Work on the back check by the Phoenix forwards to get the puck away. Kennington would have been sprung away there if it wasn't for Baffin. Baffin still battling, tries to draw a penalty. No call from the officials. Down deep, Rondo Smith, Long and Kennington exchanging pleasantries. Icing waved off as I think Kennington had removed Nathan Long's stick from his hand. Chipped on ahead. Pollard. Keeps the pressure on. Rondo Smith tries to get out of the corner. Lovely handles there to get away and fire across ice. Phoenix into his own shot blocked. Studley firing one goalwards. Stevenson again. Keeping on. Herring tips ahead. Icing waved off. Down to 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second. Phoenix with two very early goals in this period. It's not looked like stopping as Studley the other way cuts inside one. Sol Studley for the highlight reel. That's a finish. Sol Studley with the icing on the cake early on for his day. 28:51 time of the goal.
Sol Studley goes to the one place we've said hasn't been available in this game, right down the centre lane. He's got Phantoms all around him, but somehow manages to stick handle it, gets it between Clark's pad and the post, and it's in.
And it's 5-1. Never say never, but the Phantoms need to start generating some offense, and it's just not happening right now. This Guildford forecheck is relentless. Another turnover. Sakantsev back to the blue line, and Guyler mishandles the puck and it escapes the zone.
Guildford's forecheck at the moment, it has all the lanes in a bit of a vice grip at the moment. There seems to be no way through for the Phantoms, and even when they do get past the blue line as they have here, they get closed out.
Bradford with a lovely move to get goal side.
As the net sheds its moorings once again.
You've got a break in play, Chris.
Ah, yes. Yes, we have a break in play, which means we can announce the 5th goal for the Guildford Phoenix. So, goal number 5 for the Phoenix, scored at 28:51. Scored by number 9, Sol Studley. Assisted by number 19, Ollie Dennis. And a further assist to number 40, Joe Stevenson. That was an even-handed goal.
And a second one for the Phantoms. I hate to interrupt you. Off the draw, Nick Martin just ripping one from the top of the face-off dot. We said they needed to generate some offense. That's the way to do it. 29-25, time of the goal.
Well, yeah. So here we go. Off the face-off, straight to the top of the face-off dot. Nick Martin just rips it, and it's into the net past Studley. Phantoms generating that offense, but the question here now will be is can they get the next one?
And get a third. It is game-changing. Barlow. That one broken up by Mininik.
Parnell.
Thrown goalwards, Martin with the redirect, and Studley closes the pads. Well, we said it could have been a second one. Very nearly was.
That looked like it was almost sneaking its way in, but yeah, good, great attempt at the redirect there from Martin. It's a change up in the plan as well. Plan of attack from the Phantoms. They're not going long range anymore now. They look like they're looking to close the space on the net, try and generate something from close range.
29 minutes 25 seconds.
And
goal 2 for Peterborough scored.
Goal 2 for Peterborough, scored by Nicholas Martin, number 5, assisted by number 18, Frankie Parnell, and that goal was at 29-25.
Herring. Phantoms now seem to have their tails up a bit. Connor Pollard in the corner. Broken up by Studley again. Herring. Kept moving. Pass back to the blue line. Evades everyone. Finley Markey rotates around to keep it the other way. Long. Away from Dennis. And Long is going to draw himself a penalty, and Luke Tull. So it's taking now we've got more at centre right in the middle of the slot as well. 2 fights at once. Or 2, well, not really fights.
Kerfuffles. Gatherings. Aggressive hugging.
Disagreements. Penalties coming, 30-34.
I think Long's probably going to initially get a cross-checking penalty here.
Has he done the right thing? Has he done the usual thing of managed to take someone with him, though? That's the question.
That is the question here. Will it be, are we going to see odds-even coincidentals here, or are we going to see one team with an advantage?
Nathan Long scored into the box, so is Luke Tull.
Bit of a discussion here with the captains and the referee, Mr. Perry.
Yeah, he's managed to drag one with him. Could hear Sam Perrin from where we stood here. Like I said, it's got a bit quiet with everyone off getting lunch and things like that. Nathan Long, 2 minutes of cross-checking. Luke Tull, 2 minutes for roughing. And we're going to stay 5-on-5 at 30-34. So if you're job on that one. So we've gotten to that lull that we did last year where everyone has gone off to do other things. Unfortunately, this is the game that suffers for it.
Unfortunately, if we were to put it in wrestling terms, it's the popcorn match.
Sakantsev plays the head, Sire. Try and cut through to the middle. They'll just turn away from Clark. Needs 3 on search, creates the pocket of space. Bailey mishandles the puck, and Clark dives on it.
Great presence of mind there, though, from Teo Sire, who just takes a poke at Yeah.
Bavin as well.
Bavin. Yeah.
Exception to it.
Yeah. But great presence of mind there. He's under all that pressure there in the high slot, able to find that creeping Bailey at the back post, who just mishandles it a little bit. Could have been 6. Oh, I think we're getting another. Are we getting another penalty here?
Teo Sire, 2+2 for spearing. The Phantoms are going on the power play. Well, we knew something had to happen to draw that reaction.
I think possibly at the moment the game plan now from the Phantom seems to be go fishing. Draw penalties.
If it works.
Well, you did say there's been 2 power play goals each in these games.
Now is the chance. Now, there's 2 minutes on the clock. I definitely heard our officials say 2+2, so we'll find out.
I will keep refreshing.
Pollard, centre ice. Spots away from Dennis. Herring, able to find Nathan Pollard. That shot over the bar.
So,
clears.
Yes, Teo Sire has a 2 and 2 for spearing at 30.57.
Pollard circles back high, looks for a lane, finds one off the body in front. Stretch pass finds Studley. Pollard stops him in his tracks. Herring fired across the zone, kick back to him. White. Herring. Back to White. White walking the blue line. Shot towards traffic, redirected in front by Ho, this time wide of the post. 50 seconds left on the first penalty.
There was enough daylight.
Releases Minnick, can't quite get that back on his stick and cleared.
There was enough daylight there between Bailey and the cage as well that it could have gone in.
Herring fired across the front of net. Parnell blocks the breakout, fired all the way into empty space. Jed Sherrington pushed on ahead. Again, this Guildford forecheck has not stopped. Parnell able to take away from Abbott, but Abbott disrupts the play once more. Clark out of his net to move the puck. White, lovely little move there to stop and get away from Dennis. Leo Markey, that one broken up. Friendly bounce, Parnell into the second of the 2 minutes as that one is ripped home. James White cuts the deficit to 2. 33-02 time of the goal.
Phantoms able to move the puck around at speed into the Phoenix zone. Tick tack, and then White on the end of it for the goal.
5-3. All of a sudden, gets a bit more interesting. 6:58 remaining in the second. Can't say you're not getting goals today. 9-0 in our first game, and now 5-3 in our second.
Bit of a discussion here going on with
they're trying to
Is it the mysterious number 4 again?
No, they're trying to say Teo Sire has to go back in the box, but I'm not sure what's gone on there. So let's try and find some of the penalty again for Teo Sire. It's 30-57. That goal is at 33-02. I'm not sure what's happened there. The penalty seems to go down a lot quicker. No, that's right. It's right. So 33-02, so it is no penalty. It's 5-on-5. They were trying to say that Sasa had time to sit in the box. Math is hard on a Saturday.
Yep.
Sakantsev into the zone. Has to try and get through 2 orange shirts. Can't on that occasion. Phantoms now said to be 2 for 2 on the power play today. Sire blocked by Mellett. Martin keeps the pressure on. Guyler keeps the puck moving, and Clark can't keep that under the line.
So goal 3 for the Phantoms was scored by number 13 James White. assisted by number 18, Frankie Parnell, and number 19, Leo Markey. Time of that goal, 33.02, and it was on the power play.
Nicely called on the Phoenix, all the way back, 6:19 on the clock.
A little bit of a disagreement between Sakantsev and one of the Phantoms here, heading back to the benches. Phantom's offense has picked up. Obviously they're back in this a bit with reducing the deficit, but those power plays have certainly helped them increase their output during this period.
As you say that, Sakantsev on the breakaway tries to get it back under control. Markey closing down on him. Sakantsev does get a shot away, but it's not one that really tests Luke Clark on this occasion. Herring off the near side wall, chips ahead. Connor Pollard runs into trouble with Geiler. Herring the other way. Man going towards the net. Herring tries to get the shot through, and Studley catches that one and holds on.
Finding the way through now, though. In the beginning, the Phoenix were forcing them wider and wider, forcing them to take these long-range shots. They're able to get in closer now. They're able to cut down that angle.
It's taken them a while to get going, but they're definitely working up in the last 10 minutes. Nathan Pollard with a chance, fired back across the front. No one there in orange. Takes the hit from Nathan Pollard. Josh Sherrington the other way. Tries to find Dennis in front. Kept in by Rondo Smith. White to Clark. Turnover again, Dennis. That one deflected wide. Bavin peels away from the front of the net. Studley takes it off his stick. Thrown into space. Rondo Smith back towards goal. Chance in front. Dennis away from one. Dennis on the backhand save. Clark again. He's collecting his own rebound. Cycles high to Luke Tull. Looking for an option. Calls his own number. Clark makes the save. Holds on as Studley bearing down on him. Everyone rushing in, like, it feels unnecessary. Like, you see that Studley's going to be held on to because he's overbalanced. People have come in.
I think that's more I'm trying to stop you landing on our goaltender situation, less you're too close, so I'm going to give you a whack.
Yeah. Coming in afterwards as well.
I think
there is a penalty
coming
now.
I think it might be coincidentals here.
Then just go to the wrong box again.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Ollie Dennis is going to sit 2 into roughing, and then they don't know which box to go into. Kenny Bavin is also going to sit 2 into roughing. Coincidentals timed at 35.07 on that one.
I wonder if Bavin's arguing the case there. Look, I was just trying to stop him from falling over. We will be 5-on-5 here.
Some State Farm 5 with the coincidental minors. Mellett. Around the ball. It's Matt Tull and keep it in. Bradford round to Nick Martin. Jed Sherrington prevents the breakout. Abbott to in front of Igar, stick lifted away. Phantoms will clear the danger. Riley Bradford tries to find Parnell.
So those penalties are now gone onto the sheet, and so at 35.07 for the Phantoms, number 44, Ken Bavin receives 2 for roughing. Nothing on the sheet yet for. Oh, there we go. And then also for the Phoenix, Ollie Dennis 2 for roughing.
Getting a bit scrappy on this one, Parnell. Offloads to the right. Fired back across. Mellett. Fans on the shot. Abbott broken up by Ho. Steps away from right. Jordan Ho battling hard in front. Intercepted by Jed Sherrington. Mellett just about gets that away from Abbott. For a brief second, Sherrington skates it the other way.
Phantoms have tried that cut across the front of the net play a few times now, but they haven't really been able to get anybody on the end of any of the attempts to shovel it across.
Stevenson in space, offloads to Sire. Sire winds, fires, Clark makes the save, and it's going to trickle in and over the glove. And Teo Sire restores the 3-goal lead at 36-45.
Teo Sire from the far face-off circle. He just finds all that space. Clark gets a piece of it, but it, as you said, it just trickles in off the deflection and into the net.
They're the most agonising ones where you've reached it, you've done most of it, and then you have to watch it fly over and in.
And that restores the lead back up to 6-3.
And the Phantoms need a response. Final net, Studley gets out of control. Stevenson and Nathan Pollard will have a few words.
Pollard did have a little bit of a dig for the puck there, but play till the whistle. So, goal number 6 for the Phoenix, scored by number 7, Theo Sire, at 36-45. Assisted by number 13, Jared Vigar, and number 40, Joe Stevenson. That's 7 from 13 and 40, even-handed at 36-45.
Long offloads to White. White first shot blocked. Phoenix the other way. Bailey tries to tip it on ahead. Sire and Clark battling for the puck. Stevenson winds, fires one. Clark saw it late, saw it nonetheless. Stevenson again to Sakantsev. Redirection in front from Sire, takes it too far away and behind the goal on this occasion. Geiler back to Sire again. Stevenson deflected into the corner. Sakantsev will go in with Long. Phantom's able to get the puck away for a brief second. Pollard can't get it through Bailey. Puck leaves the blue line. Sire away from Clark. Clark does a good job of getting back in and preventing a push towards goal. Phantoms will clear. Nathan Pollard, one man to beat, and he'll get round Rondo Smith. Nathan Pollard with a shot, saved by Studley, and he'll hold on to the rebound. 1:45 remaining in the second period.
Well, I was thinking that we'd seen in the last 5 minutes or so that the Phantoms were finally being able to engage those 2 high men on the forecheck that they've been using, but Phoenix have again found a way to just close off that neutral zone again. But good rush attempt there from Pollard. Again, though, being forced to take the shot from out wide, not really able to take it from a good opportunity.
Clark Anders net to play the puck. That one is dangerous. Studley to Sherrington. The goal comes off. We're going to wait a decision here.
I think
Josh Sherrington is saying goal.
I saw Lino and ref both point at the goal, so I think...
Well, the Lino did, the ref didn't, but I think he is agreeing with him, and it is going to be a goal. Phoenix 7-3, Josh Sherrington 38-26.
I think they're giving it largely out of the fact that it did look like Clark realised what was happening and kind of threw himself at the post to try and dislodge it.
I'll be amazed if anyone had this. As the score is turnover again. Sherrington blocked in front. Jed Sherrington will have a go. That one deflected wide.
So goal number 7 is now on the sheet and
down behind the play. Just that's why it's going to get stopped here. Back to Chris.
So at 38-26, goal number 7 for the Phoenix, scored by number 17, Josh Sherrington, assisted by number 9, Sol Studley, and that's an even-handed goal at 38-26.
Awkward landing on a hit in the corner. Looks like it's Rob McDonald. Donald back to his knees anyway. It's a round of applause from the ever-increasing crowd here at the Barrow Arena. He will skate to the bench. We have finally got confirmation. Finley Markey is in for Ethan Kukless.
Phoenix was scored 17 from 9 at 38-26.
So face off in the Phantom Zone. Tied up off the draw. Kennington back with Melly.
1 minute remaining.
Final minute of the second period. Herring.
In the second period.
Chipped ahead. Will force back once more. Dennis. Well, offside is going to be called there on the Phoenix.
Offside is going to be called, yes, but I think Mellett just got away with a tripping call there.
Well, he's saying it was a dive. Dennis pleading his case. It's all getting a bit needless.
I mean,
Phoenix off the draw. Another coming together and the face-off circle. Stevenson to Kennington. From goalwards, Clark will push it aside. Connor Pollard is there. Fired cross ice. Herring brings that one down. Tipped ahead by Bradford. Connor Pollard in the corner. Final 20 seconds of the second. Phoenix try and get the puck back. Herring back across the zone. No one there. Pollard rotates around, collects the puck. Back to Bradford, fires one through traffic, broken up in front. Herring again. He's not going to get a shot away, and that will do it for the second period. And I'm not sure about you, Chris. I did not see that second period coming. The Guildford are actually up 5 to lead 7-3 here. They have taken every chance they've been given.
they have really opened up this game for themselves, while at the same time closing it off for the Phantoms, who, while they did get 2 in that period, are really struggling right now to find that offensive edge in the Phoenix zone.
They have been clinical. Every opportunity they've given, you saw it even there with the 7th goal with the despairing dive from Luke Clark. They've taken every single chance they've been given. The Phantoms, they haven't been able to generate the grade A chances the Phoenix have in that period.
No, I mean, well, we saw it early on. Like the first period, the goals were scrappy. They were off rebound chances. This period, they were able to generate space. They were able to move the puck into it, and they were able to take opportunities that, I mean, you know, Theo Sayer's goal, I think, is probably my goal of the weekend so far. That one.
Well, there is still a third period to come here in this South 2 playoff final. The winner of this will go on to play the Sutton Sting tomorrow. We have 2 more games after this one. 4:15, we've got the Blackburn Hawks versus the D-side Dragons in the North 1 playoff final. I hope you join us then for that. We've still got a third period to come here in this game. It's Guildford Phoenix 7, Peterborough Phantoms 2-3, and we'll be back with the third period in about 15 minutes time. We'll see you then.
on goal for the second period. There was 22 on the Peterborough goal and 9 on Guildford. 22 on Peterborough, 9 on Guildford.
Welcome back, everyone, to the third and possibly final period of this South 2 playoff final, where it's the Guildford Phoenix 7, Peterborough Phantoms 3 through 40 minutes. And Chris, we're in a similar position that we were in a couple of hours ago with the North 2 final of, for the Phoenix. It's not so much a case of shut down entirely from the beginning. I feel like you need to keep playing for 10 more minutes, but they're almost there.
They are almost there. They've just got to. I mean, I'm not going to say that play shutdown hockey but ultimately that should be the goal here. But the Phantoms, if the Phantoms can get the next one and the one after, it's game on. And for the Phoenix, it's how do you navigate that? Because you are in a situation where it's not like with the North 2 final where it was a 4 or 5 goal deficit. This is a deficit that is reasonably overcomable for the Phantoms too if the team just suddenly clicks and finds a way to open it up. I mean, I saw it last night with the game between Sheffield and Romford. Romford were 3-0 down heading into the final 10 minutes of the game, and all of a sudden something just clicked and they scored 3 goals unanswered. So you never know in this sport.
The Phantoms do have the firepower. They've shown it all through the year to get back in. This is just under a minute away from puck drop. We have to wait for the entire clock to run down for the start of the third period. Shots on goal for the second period. There were 9 on Jake Studley, 22 on Luke Clark in the end. Takes the running total to 38-20. And that prep work I did. I mean, Guildford have outshot the Phantoms most nights, but they averaged 46 against the Phantoms across 5 games this year, and already at 38.
And as we were saying before we came on the air, this season, on average, Phantoms have only probably given up about maybe 2 goals per game on average. They've given up 7 in one game.
Almost ready to go for this third period. Sam Perry ready and waiting. 20 minutes, maybe more, to bring down the South 2 season. Phoenix away with the puck. Pushed on net, Clark will push into the corner. Studley. Up by Bradford. That one up into the netting and out of play, and an early stoppage.
Again, Phoenix starting it out early, trapping the Phantoms in their own zone. Looks like we are. It's not going to be outside the zone. It's actually going to be face off inside.
Phoenix away with the draw. Dennis deflected in front. Sherrington forces another save out of Clark.
We've seen that a few times now in this particular game. Very quick reactions, very quick chances generated off of face-offs, and we've seen at least 1 goal come out of them.
Phoenix again the other way. Drop pass finds Studley, takes his time, and Clark off the pad more than anything. I'm not sure he knew too much about that shot. Clean to neutralise. Guyler will turn and go himself. Tries to get through Long. Long bumps him off the park. Stevenson tries to find Sakantsev. No joy on that occasion. White at the Phoenix blue line. 5 from range. This is out to Parnell. White nets that run. No one there in orange. Sakantsev the other way. Comes in the 2 orange shirts. And offside called. That's the puck. Left the line.
And also so much White let it run. I think it was going a bit too quick for where he was positioned. But we are seeing at the start of the second again that the Phantoms are struggling to find a way through the neutral zone and get it across that blue line. Herring will take it through.
Yeah, right on cue.
Yep.
Herring to the front of the net, and Joe Stevenson almost puts that past his own netminder. Sakantsev, that clearance poor. Herring turns shot, saved by Studley, who inevitably catches hold of it. Should I see? Inevitably.
Inevitably.
Words are hard.
And we've only got two more to go today.
The appropriate word there being today.
Today, yes.
Who knows? Could still be carrying on tomorrow. Jed Sherrington round the boards to Abbott. And Martin trying to help out there and keep the puck moving. Phoenix come away with it. Abbott can't get through the orange wall as Nick Martin skates the other way. Right, cut the angle down. Sands being told collide. Puck comes loose. Right, happy to chip it into the corner. Phantoms come away with it. Shot trickles towards goal from Sandsby. Just a love tap on the way through. Kept to the blue line by Daniel Martin. Phantom go for a line change anyway. Jed Sherrington. Pass runs Vigar. Connor Pollard into the zone. Shot forces the save out of Studley. He will hold on. 3 minutes gone in the second.
Bit of a role reversal there as well, with the Phantoms forecheck now being the one forcing the turnover in the neutral zone that leads to an offensive opportunity there.
Sherrington. Chipped ahead. Poe. Drags one hit from Tull. You can see the way Sherrington tries to find Studley, but Nathan Pollard is there. Rondo Smith. Glove down. Beats with Dennis. Played ahead, Bradford. Collects the loose puck, keeps it moving.
Phantoms again looking for the man in front, but there was nobody there. Sire. It's intercepted in neutral zone.
Phantoms again, Herring.
Well, back to the point, just kept in.
Redirected wide.
Sorry.
Sakantsev. Thrown up ice. Bavin is there. Sire. Clark draped all over him. Able to offload, find the man. Bailey with a chance. Forces another save out of Clark. And the too many men call coming on the Phantoms as they have 6 on the ice, and that is an error you don't need at a time like this. 5 minutes gone in the third.
No, they've been slowly building a little bit of momentum to start this period, getting some better chances, forcing some turnovers in the neutral zone, reversing the role in the neutral zone on the Phoenix, forcing the Phoenix really to just kind of, I mean, to be fair, the Phoenix are probably just sitting back at the moment thinking that they've got the game under their control. And now obviously you've got to kill, but at the same time, if you can get out of this kill, it's a good momentum builder for them.
They've got to get the puck and they've got to get it out the zone. They've got 12 short-handed goals on the year. You feel like 13 has to be a necessity right now. Rondo Smith. Vice versa. The Phoenix, no, a power play goal right now. This game is almost all over. Cycle round to Bailey, traffic in front, and that one off the netting. Too many bodies in the way. Breaks that one up. 1:23 remaining on the bench minor penalty.
Of course, we have it officially here from the game sheet. 45 minutes 04. Phantoms 2 minutes 42 men on the ice.
Vince from the draw again. Bailey. Trying to get in the right position. Sire mishandles the puck. Clark will try and clear. Good block from Sire. Sire again. 2 men for company. Nathan Pollard able to dig it away. Thrown on ahead. Deflection off Rondo Smith won't give Connor a break. Clark thrown goalwards. Rondo Smith finds Sol Studley. Studley at the other end. Baffin closing him down. Studley shot into Clark. And the goal is given. Sol Studley makes it 8.
Bavin throws his body into it to try and stop Studley. Ends up collecting Clark, the net, and the puck finds its way across the line. And Clark is down. Doesn't look to be comfortable right now.
He's back to his knees as we go away. 46-15. Time of the goal. And the Phoenix make it 8-3. Well, Clark is up to his feet anyway.
I think it has been given.
Has been given after a discussion. Sol Studley credited with goal number 8. Just like the goal being put back in place. And with 13 minutes and change on the clock.
Clark's testing his case to the linesman there. I think he needs to be testing his case to his defenseman, realistically.
Rondo Smith thrown ahead. Herring will bring it back the other way. Across the pad, shot saved by Studley. Tries to get it under control. Instead, let's see, run that one's up into the stands.
So we have it confirmed. Goal number 8 for the Phoenix, scored at 46-15 on the power play, unassisted by number 9, Sol Studley.
Goal 8 for Guildford, scored 9, unassisted on the power play at 46-15. Puts Peterborough out to full strength.
Panthers with the puck, door chance, Herring shot, brilliant save. Studley still down on the ice, the goal's off as well. Herring with the puck, and the player's going to be blown dead. Great save from Jake Studley.
That was a great save by Studley. I think he managed to, it seemed to bounce off the inside of his leg and then he redirected it back out the other side.
Phantoms with it, Bradford tries to find Parnell and rolls a little too far away. Tull there. White helps it on its way. Herring turned over again. Josh Sherrington into the zone. Shot save. Clark can't corral the rebound. Kennington can't get there in time. Long clears. Phoenix, it's been relentless. It's in front of the goal again, and it's in once more, and it's 9. Can't see who got it from this angle, but all we know at 47-22, the Phoenix are running riot. And it looks like it might be Ollie Dennis again.
More of that chaos around the net. Yeah, Ollie Dennis here, out by the boards, cuts it across in the middle, backhands it past Clark, and it's 9-3 now.
Wow. Good thing we built up all this net-minded battle and how close these games have been between these two teams.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't big up certain players for the rest of the weekend. We have definitely put the commentator curse on Luke Clark this weekend.
Phantoms the other way. Off the side netting. Dennis from Sire, the 9th Phoenix goal there, as we get some more extracurriculars behind the play. Sire's going to take a seat and exchange some words. 48:08. Time of penalties.
Yeah, I think there's coincidentals here, because it looks like
Jordan Little
as well. I think he's remonstrating the all. Might get an additional resisting official here for that.
Like, you get it, it's the frustration of what's happened.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, actually, that we're beginning to see the frustrations bubble and boil over a little bit here, but one thing you don't do is you don't give the elbow to the official when they're escorting you to the box.
Just to confirm, both of them sit 2 minutes for slashing. They'll stay 5-on-5 for now.
And while we're waiting, at 47-22, that was goal number 9 for the Phoenix, scored by Ollie Denny, assisted by T.O. Sire.
Studley pushes that one into the netting.
I think what we are going to see now for the rest of this period is going to be Phoenix kind of playing a kind of mix of shutdown and just scale it back hockey here, because in their minds the job is probably done.
Yeah, I think now you can properly enter shutdown mode. Vigar under pressure from Nick Martin, and a penalty called, and the two take a tumble into the boards. And the Phantoms are going to be on the penalty kill here.
Yep. And Barlow heading to the box. Well, eventually should be heading to the box. At the moment he's, well, there we go.
48-38 time in the penalty. Sam Barlow takes a seat. And the Phoenix back on the man advantage. In the draw, Rondo Smith. To Bailey.
Peterborough 23, Jordan Little, 2 minutes each.
Rondo Smith, that one deflected and away.
Guidlford 7, Peterborough 23, 2 minutes each for slashing, coincidental at 48-08.
Chance in front, Dennis. Second chance, saved on the line.
48 minutes and 38
We will just quickly confirm at 48-08, both Teo Sire and Jordan Little both received 2 minutes each for slashing. And then at 48-38, we have a 2-minute interference penalty against Sam Barlow.
Studley into the zone once more. Tries to get back to the blue line. The Phantoms can break the other way. Parnell taken away by Rondo Smith. 50 seconds left on the Barlow minor. Outlet pass finds Abbott. Drops off to Josh Sherrington. Sherrington for double digits. It is double digits. Lovely finish. Banks it in off Clark. And it's 10-3, 50 minutes, the time of the goal exactly.
Starts with the hit down by the half boards. Sherrington collects the puck, closes the distance, straight line, finds the 5-hole on Clark, and it's now 10-3. And I believe, if I recall from last year, that scoreboard doesn't go higher than 10.
Oh, let's hope it does. No, it doesn't. It has a 10 on it now. Again, you wouldn't have seen this coming at the start of the weekend. Phoenix have run riot. Herring under pressure from Sakantsev. Still, this forecheck pins the Phantoms back. Pass is thrown into no man's land. Kennington. White with the takeaway. Thrown in front, chance, saves Studley again as Mellett with the shot. Chases in the rebound and is swarmed by 3 white shirts.
Herring and Sakantsev getting well acquainted there.
Goal 10, Sherrington from Abbott and Guyler at 50 minutes exactly. As Daniel Sakantsev heads to the box, and AJ Herring, as Chris says, they will both sit for 2 minutes.
Presumably for roughing.
Yep, there's the signal from Sam Perry.
Also on that 10th goal, there's also an additional assist to Monty Guyler.
.22 remaining in the third period. McDonald thrown ahead. Offside called on the Phantoms.
See him back in the game after he took a rather heavy tumble in the second period.
Markey. Thrown into no man's land. White will give chase. And the whistle goes for icing. That's all big man.
Yeah, the intention was there to release White into space, but it's been something they've been trying all game, and just it doesn't seem to be connecting. The puck is either sailing very far wide of the intended puck carrier, or it's taking a bobble on the way through, or the Phoenix are reading the play every single time.
Phantoms will try and get something going. Markey stopped by Luke Tull. And offside call on the Phoenix.
We have got it confirmed on the sheet. 50-38, 36 Sakantsev, 2 for roughing, and 50-38 AJ Herring, 2 minutes for roughing as well, and both of those are coincidentals.
Phoenix away with the draw once more. Josh Sherrington unable to corral that one. It will roll through into neutral ice. Now it is just a case of shutdown hockey for the next 8 minutes. Clark back there, fans on the dump out. Studley on the wraparound. That one goes through and almost beats Clark again. Leo Markey tries to throw the hit and Finishes rather spectacularly on that occasion. Rondo Smith shot. So Clark rebound again. Studley went for the between the legs finish. And we're getting into the showing off phase of the game.
Yep. I think might have been more as a Barlow fires high and over. I think that was slightly a bit more also just to do with where it landed and how it caught him. But that would have been, I think that would have been goal of the weekend calibre had it happened.
Nick Martin keeps it moving. Poked round Guidlford by Daniel Martin. Bailey for company. Dispossesses the man. Cycled round. Bavin is there on the far side. Sansby loses out to Bailey. Thrown in front. Sansby chance. Save Studley. Rebound. Pocketed home. The Phantoms have their fourth. Daniel Martin crashing on the back door. Gets another one on the board at 52-42.
Oh, Studley went down in all that. Didn't look too happy and comfortable. But you go to the net and good things will happen. Puck comes out of the corner. First shot saved, rebound loose, and then it's just shoveled home on the rebound. But the question is here, is it too far? Are we too far in for that goal to make any difference going into these final 7 minutes?
Phoenix win the draw. So 7 minutes, 6 goals. Difficult, not impossible.
Based on what we've seen already this morning, totally not impossible.
Down low, Mellett. And the ball's to Ho. Again, Phoenix forecheck does not give them a second. Jed Sherrington deflects it into the corner. Abbott goes and collects.
So just to confirm, goal scored at 52-42, even-handed. Scored by Jan Daniel Martin, number 9. Assisted by 21, Jack Sansby, and number 5, Nicholas Martin.
Dennis away from 2. Ollie Dennis, that one fired over. The rebound almost causes more havoc for the Phantoms. Studley, that one off the stick of Clark. Chipped ahead. Parnell will give chase. Rondo Smith with the block. Herring. And Parnell is going to take one of the more obvious penalties of the weekend. Phoenix back on the power play. Oh, no,
I think they're both. I think it's both.
They're both going.
To me, it was every penalty in this period been a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah. 53-55. Josh Sherrington and Frankie Parnell will both sit.
So they come together near the boards. Oh, there it is. There's a little.
So Parnell 2 for high sticks. I couldn't quite hear what Sam Perring was saying there.
Sorry.
It's either 2 minutes for an unsportsmanlike conduct or 2 minutes for embellishment. So either he said something, or Perring feels like he's tried too hard to sell it. So we'll stay 5-on-5.
Interesting that, because it kind of seems like they're not really in a position where they need to oversell to get penalties right now. They're 6 goals up.
They're very much in control of this game. Yeah. Sakantsev just clears the blue line.
Well,
Phoenix the other way. Sire cuts inside one. Teo Sire forced away from the goal by Bradford. Out of the corner come the Phoenix. Guyler. Thrown goalwards and off the bar. No deflection on that one. Just a very good shot.
So on the game sheet, Sherrington for Phoenix has been given 2 minutes for diving.
So 2 minutes for diving, 2 minutes high sticking. So I'm feeling that sold it a little too hard on that occasion. Bailey across the other side of the pad and dumped in. Sakantsev crashing back door. Acres of space and a lethal finish. No one bothered to go near him, and he snipes it past Luke Clark for number 11 at 54-58.
On the tight angle there, just closing spaces. Like, nobody anywhere near him as the puck just gets pinged around the Phantom's end and eventually ends up on his stick to make it 11-4. 11-4, yes. 11-4.
There's been lots of goals.
Yes.
Bang for your buck so far this weekend. 24 goals so far in 115 minutes. 5 minutes to go in this one. We now enter that dangerous part of every game nowadays as Jack Sansby offers out a Phoenix player. Right, that shot blocked. McDonald the other way. Martin to Martin. Phantoms into the zone. Dan Martin to Nick Martin, shot fired wide. Sansby tied up. Abbott. Vigar. They're in ahead. Return serve. High stick called on that one.
We've got it confirmed here on the cheat. So 54-58, unassisted goal to Daniil Sakantsev.
Obviously, still waiting on a delay here. You can see that teams are getting ready for the warm-ups for our next game, which is supposedly coming up in the next half an hour. The Blackburn Hawks versus the Deeside Dragons. We still have the last 4 minutes and 9 seconds of this one to get through, and obviously the trophy celebrations. It's chipped up ice. Panthers with it, shot from a wide angle, fired wide, tied up against the boards. Up off the bench, it's not a break in play. And both teams return to full strength as Frankie Purnell and Josh Shank to return to the game. Blown down there. We'll have a quick reset. Bradford into the corner. Phoenix will move it around the boards. Barlow to find Nathan Pollard. Ho to Connor Pollard in front, rebound. Shot from Bradford, save from Studley. Phoenix clear the zone. Bradford mowed through by Sol Studley, and that is going to get a call. Nathan Pollard. In the corner, Clark to the bench. Connor Pollard with a chance. Fanned on the first time, and the rebound falls nicely to Riley Bradford, who makes it 11-5, 57-06 on the delay penalty goal.
Puck gets worked around. They've been trying this cross-crease man at the back post play all game, and it's finally paid off for them. Bradford with the easiest of finishes, I think, here. Studley does realise it's there, gets across, but by the time he's getting across, the shot's already being fired in. And that's a delayed penalty goal for the Phantoms to get them 11-5 on the... Is it 11-5?
11-5.
11-5.
Six goals in 3 minutes.
It's doable.
Doable.
As we learned from Mighty Ducks 3, it takes less than a second to score a goal.
Yeah, but 6. Parnell loses the puck. Phoenix the other way once more. Sakantsev The beautiful snipe just a moment ago finds Bailey. Can't get that under control. Sire to Sakantsev again. Bailey behind the goal. That one's gone to Jordan Ho again. Well, there you go. We know nothing.
Yep.
Shock. Jordan Ho from Sam Barlow and Connor Pollard. So Phantom's 5th goal.
Yeah, so yeah, can confirm on the game sheet. 57.06. Jordan Ho from Sam Barlow and Connor Pollard.
This is why delayed penalty goals are the worst.
Yeah.
Too busy watching the puck. Herring cuts in, fired across, poked away by Luke Tull. Inside the final 2 minutes of the third period. Puck cleared out the zone. Weigart tries to get it around Markey. Blown tyre for Little. Out the zone it comes. Romeo loses out, and another penalty going to be called. Little is going to be called for tripping.
Oh, Little with a little bit of a poke there as well at right.
He's going to sit 2 minutes for slashing as Jared Weigart just points at the scoreboard. And 2 for slashing. 2 for tripping and 2 for slashing. So he does get called for the double minor with a minute 23 to go.
So that'll be the trip, and then that'll be the slash he gave. I thought he was going to get done for spearing on that one.
Well, that'll be the end of the season really there for Jordan Little. Backdoor chance again for the Phoenix. Cycle to Sio. Can't get it under control. Phantoms the other way. Kicked away by Rondo Smith. Phantoms with the puck. Barlow throws it on goal. Pollard on the rebound. Over the shoulder of Studley and in, and that's why they've had now 13 short-handed goals this season. Nathan Pollard's got 4 of them, 59-0-1.
Well, I saw Pollard sneaking around at the blue line there, and I thought if they just get him released in time, that could be a one-on-one. But Studley makes the initial save on what he thinks is just a dump-in chance here. He just thinks it's a solid dump from the opposition blue line. Rebound comes out, and Pollard is there to just whack it into the top corner.
Phoenix off the draw, I'd say inside the final minute of the South 2 season. Dennis to Stevenson. Phoenix still with it. High Geiler at the blue line. Shot blocked in front. Phantoms the other way. Chance for another short-handed one maybe. Nathan Pollard. 2 men crashing around, but Josh Sherrington does a good job of blocking that one. Phantom still with it. Connor Pollard turns it over with 20 seconds to go. The Phoenix, I don't think you're going to take their foot off the gas here, and they won't, as that one's ripped over the shoulder of Clark. And it's goal number 12 at 59-47.
I believe
Josh
that was Sherrington again.
Yeah.
We think at one end the Phantoms might be about to take another chance at goal, short-handed goal 14 on the season, but then Sherrington on the turnover, back down the other way, down the wing, cuts inside and just finds the net on the sharp angle.
That is the 3rd hat-trick for the Phoenix in this game now. Tick down to these final few seconds. This has not been a game. This has been a demolition job. And the Guildford Phoenix do the double and are finally South 2 playoff champions.
They have waited 3 long, long years for this moment, and it's finally happened for them. It's against what you could describe as their oldest enemy in South 2 as well, in the Peterborough Phantoms. 3 individual hat-tricks on this team. As you said, it's been a demolition job.
Yes, if you lost track there at the end there, that game has finished. The Guildford Phoenix 12, the Peterborough Phantoms 6. no one would have possibly had that down as the score for this final going into this weekend. And as the graphic says there, it does now mean 1 o'clock tomorrow, the Sutton Sting take on the Guildford Phoenix. It's a right to be called the Division 2 champion for 2025-2026. If you're the Sutton Sting fan having just watched that, you'd be quite nervous.
Yeah, but I mean, thing is, Phantoms and Phoenix have played each other, as we said, 5 times this year. They've played each other so many times over the last few seasons in these big games. They know each other inside out, so they're able to come up with ways to best the other team, as they have done to each other time and time again. For Sutton, they have the advantage that they haven't played Phoenix probably ever, so the Phoenix may not know what to expect from them. They've got speed, they've got skill, but at the same time, the Phoenix, they've got that size, they've got the experience, they've got the goal scoring ability. It's going to be a very interesting final.
The Phantoms, if you look at the season overall, they won the cup final. They've won the Eddie Joseph Memorial Cup as well. I should say that as well, as into the hat as well. To lose the league in, I suppose, devastating circumstances. You go down to the final weekend, the final 2 games of the season for you, the final one for Guildford, knowing that you have to get a win. It comes down to that, and you lose the game 6-2, and then you come here. You know, both teams had the chance of doing the double, and it's very rare you put up 6 goals in a game and still lose. They had the life strangled out of them for almost all of that game.
Pretty much, yeah. It's because this thing is you don't really, especially in modern hockey, you don't associate a 12-6 scoreline with the 2 best teams in the division. That's normally a scoreline you would assign to, well, it's first place versus an 8th place or like bottom of the league team that's having a 10-game losing skid kind of situation. You would never apply it to this scoreline to a playoff final between the 2 best teams in the division. But here we are.
And as I say, the Phoenix, again, you lose the cup final by 1 goal on aggregate. You come back and win the league the way they did at the Spectrum last month. They've carried on that momentum through the quarterfinals, through the semi-finals, into today. And I said it, a demolition job. It was relentless. It was rarely stopped. Yes, obviously, again, you gave up 6 goals, but how much of that was them still really trying? And you've put up 12 on one of the best netminders in the league, a guy who, before this, as we said, he'd only scored 3 goals on.
I think we owe Luke Clark an apology for putting the commentator's curse on him at the beginning of this game, maybe, because yeah, that is a relentless. And they were just coming. It was just in waves, wave after wave of goal scoring that was happening from the Phoenix. And every time the Phantoms looked to just be clawing their way in a little bit more, the Phoenix would go take it the other end and put another one on the board.
We'll have the man of the matches, the quick trophy lift. Obviously, they're trying to make up time as much as we possibly can.
And the thing to remember for the Phantoms too as well is much the same as we said about the Dragons. There's a lot of youth in this roster. There's a lot of chance for it to grow. There's a lot of chance that if they can add certain experienced players that maybe they get dropped down from Phantoms 1 or they can bring in from other teams in the area, there's every chance that they can go that one, because the league title I think is the only thing now that's eluded them at this level.
And they've got a lot of young players in there. Frankie Parnell seems to be the latest one in this production line with AJ Herring. Riley Bradford on the back end has, again, only recently turned 16. He only played in the last few games of the season. You've got the experienced heads on. Anytime you can rely on people like Nathan Pollard and Connor Pollard and James White as well, who are very good. Again, they've got a nice, solid core. They just need, well, a bit of luck to go their way in the nicest possible sense of the word.
Exactly. I mean, and just to look at the other end of the ice as well, just to talk about the Phoenix. I talked about, obviously, they have, part of the reason they dominate at this level is they have a lot of players who have a lot of experience at a higher tier. than this and at this tier itself. But they've got 3 very, very good young prospects there in Jared Viga, Tio Saya, and Daniil Sakantsev today has really gone on my radar. I was really impressed with his performance today.
I'm not sure what the delay is.
I think we're getting the benches cleared out so that the Hawks and the Dragons can get set up for theirs.
Yes, we are running a little behind schedule, to the surprise of no one.
Just bear with us, we're just double checking the MVPs.
I'm not sure what the delay is here.
Hopefully we've got the MVPs the correct way around.
Seems to be, I think there's some kind of discussion going on with one of the linesmen about something. I don't know whether it's something to do with the game sheet.
Okay, MVP time, and these are being presented by our head of the junior section, Michelle Lee.
Man of the matches then.
And for our visitors tonight, well, our runners-up, I should say.
For the Peterborough Phantoms 2.
For the Peterborough Phantoms, it goes to number 19, Leo Markley.
Goes to Leo Markey. He gets the Man of the Match award for that one. He gets the award, and the Phantoms stay obviously for the trophy lift. And the Guildford Phoenix Man of the Match.
Playoff champions, Guildford Phoenix, it goes to, English wants to get the name right, number 36, Danny Sakantsev.
And Daniil Sakantsev gets the Man of the Match for the Phoenix. Again, a hat-trick on the afternoon for him.
Right.
Again, like I said, very impressive. Really put himself on the radar with that one. And now, the Phoenix get to do something they've waited a long, long time to do.
Chairman is presenting the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ollie Dennis steps up, gets the banner and the trophy.
NIHL Division 2
Your South 2 playoff champions 2025-2026, completing the set. It's the Guildford Phoenix. They will go to tomorrow to take on the Sutton Sting. 1 p.m. for that one in the Division 2 playoff final. We've got to go catch our breath now. 2 more games to come on playoff final Saturday, and the next one coming up is the Blackburn Hawks versus the D-side Dragons. If you've got a stream for that one, stay with it. Make sure you get the link ready. Get that going as soon as we can. Hopefully not too far away now. There's the running order for the rest of the day. The timings subject to change as they have been so far. From us up here, we hope you've enjoyed the game. If you haven't been with us before, then thank you for joining us. If you're staying with us, we'll see you in a bit. Catch you later on, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. Good afternoon. Goodbye.